Buongiorno everyone, welcome to the Magpie Channel TV. We've got your match preview, another early one for you because it's another Friday night game. And we'll keep them coming. After last week, after Leicester, we absolutely loved that result, didn't we? One of the games of the season for us, so I'm all about the Friday night football for now. Tell you that again on Saturday morning after being pumped by City, no doubt about it. We've got Martin waiting backstage, going to bring him in a minute there from ManCityFanTV, see how he's looking forward to the game. Sure he is, but as he just said to me off air though, it's not the best place to come for Man City now. There's a couple of draws. We nicked the win the other year under Rafa 2-1. What a night that was. But tomorrow night could be a different story. Personally, it's one of them ones that's kind of Man City, their squad, unbelievable. The form they've been this season, clinching the trophy the other day. I can't see now but a loss, but we'll as long as the players go out there and fight like they did against Leicester, you never know what will happen. You never know anymore after what happened at the King Power last week. We've got no idea what could happen, but with Wilson out, I'm not looking forward to it, to be honest, but we'll see what happens. Let's hear what Martin from ManCityFanTV's got to say. Hello, mate. How are we doing?
Evening. Not bad. How are you?
Aye, good, mate. Good. Are you optimistic heading up to St. James's Park on Friday night then?
Normally, I would say no, as we just said off air, but yeah, I'm fairly optimistic because I think we'll stick out the strongest side. You want me to be bluntly honest with you? They all had a rest last week.
Oh, never, because this is what people are saying in the comments already. They're probably not going to use the best players because they've won the league and now we'll focus on Champions League final. Man City B team versus Brucey's boys. So you're going strong. You think Man City will play the key players?
Yeah, I think they've got to, because I think after last week, I think they've had a rest. And the thing is, with this, there's still games. We've still got the integrity of the league to carry on with. We are not them down the road who stick out an under-23 team and pray to God and everything else. But I think we'll stick everyone out. And then maybe we'll see where the score goes and then rest players. But I think with 3 games remaining for us, I think you might get swapping and change. I think this week there'll be strong team. Week after, I think it'll be weaker, and then headed into the Champions League final, which I still can't believe I'm saying. Yeah, because I think they've got to try and keep them ticking over. As much as you think you want to rest them in Cotton Mill for 2 or 3 weeks, you've got to keep the muscles going, and I think they'll want to play as well.
You want to keep that momentum going as well, don't you? We'll get on the Champions League final in a minute, but you mentioned the side down the road there, Manchester United, who gave you the title last night with resting all them players. So are you grateful for that? Or would you rather came to St. James's Park and won it on your own? Celebrate it afterwards that way? I
said this on our channel. We do watch along similar to yourselves. And I said it on at the weekend. I was not happy after Chelsea because I knew what was going to happen. And if you look back when City win the league, we never win it by us kicking the ball. It tends to be Man United doing us a favour, which tends us to get us over the line. We don't. I think there's the Aguero and the West Ham one are the only 2 we've won it on our own. I say on our own. I think the league was already won. I had no doubts over the league, but it would have been nice to win it by playing a game of football for a change.
You've got a God of Honour from us. You'll be having that tomorrow night. Obviously, you'll be gutted that you can't come up here because I know you had a good time last time you came up, although it was the 2-2. Although it was the 2-2. You were in good spirits before the game, mate. I remember I had a pint with you before the game and you were a bit different after the game, raging if we take it back to them because you said you'd missed too many chances. That was a class day for us, though, a good result.
It was a good game, though. It was a great game.
A couple of screamers, one from Jetro Williams and one from Shelby as well. Is there any party that thinks you guys can pull that off again on Friday night? Or are you that confident?
Yeah. No, of course I do. Newcastle, especially after Leicester last week, which I didn't expect. Newcastle. I said it to you last year. In my opinion, you're a hot and cold team. In my honest opinion, 1 week you can be absolute amazing, and then 1 week you look like you should be bottom of the league. It's such a weird dynamic. Now, I told you about Bruce last year, if you remember. Whether it's the Stevie Bruce effect, but you're safe. And the thing is, I think that's what will make it a more entertaining game on Friday night. There's not really to play for but integrity, which is good. But I think it'll make it a more open game. That there is, there's that pressure is off us. The pressure is off you. Both teams can go out and relax and have a decent game of football.
That's true, to be honest, because imagine how cagey it would have been if we were still fighting for safety and you were still fighting to clinch the title. It would have been a different game. I'm all for a nice open end game, which will probably end a lot better for you, since you've got players who can finish. Because the man in the top right of the screen there, Callum Wilson's out for the rest of the season, unfortunately. So not quite sure who's going to step in to fill his boots. Maybe Joe Linton or Dwight Gale, maybe even Andy Carroll, but doesn't give us much optimism to put them past you lot, who are, one of the players of the season, Ruben Diaz. Do you reckon he'll be starting again?
He might be rested. I think it might be John Stones on the pole.
We'll take that. We need that.
But I think Ruben Diaz is, for me, player of the season. I think him or Foden. And people say I'm saying him and be biased that on. I just think those two have been head and shoulders above a lot of players, especially at City. But I honestly think Ruben Diaz has been the signing of the season, and I think he's been the player of the season.
I agree. That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. It's nice to see how much Foden's kicked on as well. After Pep was patient with him, wasn't he? A lot of people were saying, get him in there, start him for a while now. It feels like years. He's got him in there, and what a season he's having, and hopefully he can win with the Euros, eh?
Yeah, well, if you speak to him on our channel, apparently I said send him out on loan, which I didn't. I noticed there's a couple of ours in the channel, from ours in the chat. Yeah, evening Charlie. I love Foden. I absolutely love him. I think maybe it's because he is one of our own, Stockport Iniesta, as we call him, over at the Etihad. But I think he's phenomenal, and I think he's so brave and he's got so much confidence that you just see I read somewhere the other week that he's the closest thing to Gascoigne we've had in a long, long time. Now, I'm old enough to remember watching prime Gascoigne, which tells you how old I am. I remember Gascoigne, Rangers, Middlesbrough, Lazio, all these teams. And he is the closest thing, but he wasn't getting played a lot. So my comment was, if Pep is not going to play him, maybe he should go out on loan and get some game time, but prove me, well, and that wasn't me sending him out on loan, and I was thinking to get game time, but Pep's managed him absolutely brilliantly.
Oh, he has. Perfectly. Perfect. So I get given credit for that, honey. The thing that I was looking at the other day was an article on Pep about, obviously, all the titles he's won. He's eclipsed everyone else, really, hasn't he? Like 30-odd titles. For all the praise that all these other managers get, like Rafa, Mourinho, Klopp. Do you think he's the best manager ever? Or at least now?
I think he's up there with Fergie, as much as that pains me to say. He's still a long way to get to Fergie's trophy all. Not in a lie. I think he's 12 or 13 trophies, something like that away. Do I think he'll eclipse it? Yeah, of course I do, because I'm still young enough to eclipse it. But I think I think he's phenomenal. I think he's a breath of fresh air. I know other fans call him the bald fraud and everything else, but he is. He's out. The thing is, it's like this season. We've won a league in a pandemic, playing every 3 days with no striker all season. No other manager could roll that out, or even have the gonads to even try that. Maybe try it for 1 or 2 games, but to stick it out for the whole season and win a league on it, and win a Carabao Cup, and more impressively, get into a Champions League final. And and next season, you'll have the rest of the league that will think they're going to answer the question or get an answer to the question, and Pep will just change the question on everyone. And we'll end up playing with a striker.
Haaland?
I hope so.
I want to see him in the Premier League.
I'm not one of these who says I've got contacts. What I've heard is that's the guy they want. That's the guy they're going to put all of it in. So let's hope so. But and I don't buy into this. City kept him quiet when we played him, because our defenders kept Kylian Mbappe quiet as well. So does that make him rubbish. No,
Aye,
it just means we had a really good couple of defensive games because we've got two of the league's best defenders right now in form.
I don't think we can get much polar opposite here in terms of clubs, owners, and managers. You've got Guardiola and we've got Steve Bruce. Do you realise how lucky you are, mate? Do you realise how lucky you are, Martin? Because you need to, it's absolutely lifting being a Newcastle fan, and we've got now, and you are getting to the point now where you can book your weekend in Wembley for the Carabao Cup because you win it every year. You're getting closer to the Champions League final. You're on the final, getting closer to the Champions League trophy. You're winning the league again. It doesn't get much better as a football fan, surely.
No, but we said it last night on our channel with Andy and a few others who come on. You don't ever take anything for granted because I said this to you last year up at St. James's, is that, we've been where you've been and we've been lower down where you've been. I was one of the fans who was travelling around to Walsall, York, Mansfield and all these other back and beyond places and loved it. So, I don't take anything for granted. I think teams go in cycles. We'll have a time when we don't win things. I'm not one of these fans who, lose their head because we get beat and that's it. Pep out, he's the ball fraud, this, that and the other, because that does happen, believe it or not. I know that's shocking to believe, but that does happen. So I know exactly what you're going through, and there will be another side of it. We had 20 odd, 30 odd years of it, 40 odd years of it with the league, and I never thought I'd say this, but it will happen. I think with Newcastle, with the fan base and with the tradition, and if they can said this to you last year, they can get a better manager that you deserve, not Bruce. I don't mean this any disrespect to Stevie Bruce. He's not any Man City fans' biggest person because of his loyalties over to the other side. I think, did I mention Potts for you last year? I think that's to me what I think. I think if you got a manager like that and you got the backing, instead of
no reason. There'd be no reason that we wouldn't get up there, right?
No.
Biggest game, one of the biggest games in your club's history. Then coming up, Champions League final. Obviously, something you've been alluded to in a while. It's something you've been after for a while, ever since the big takeover that you've had, and after clinching the Premier League, that's obviously been the main target for them. Or are you going to win it? All English final?
You wouldn't think it, listening to Chelsea fans in the media. Apparently, Chelsea just got to turn up and they're going to smack us. I think Pep's been very clever in what he's done. He's not revealed his hand at all to Tuchel. We've had two games. You got to remember the Wembley one. We had a Carabao Cup final the week after, so he rested. And there was no way he was going to stick out his strongest team last week. I would have liked him to have played some stronger ones. But then when you think about it a couple of days after, you think, it's like a very clever poker player. You don't show your hand. So let Chelsea go in with all the confidence they want. They're going to have to face something they've not done yet when they're beating us twice, is face our proper team. And I do think we will win, believe it or not. Not that I'm overly bothered whether we win or lose. I'm really? Not, because I'm not going to lie, as Charlie, Sean and a few others from our channel will tell you, I'm not the biggest fan of Champions League. I am win the league first. But we've now won the league, so it'd be nice to win the Champions League. But it wouldn't be. I'm not going to throw myself off a bridge and hide away if we don't win it. Let's put it that way.
What about the Super League? Big fan of the Super League?
No.
That was
no. I made my point on that. I got offered a ticket for the League Cup final and I turned it down. That was my mini protest. I was just thankful that we pulled out and we were clever enough to pull out. Very quickly. Believe it or not, it was we were the first club to pull out, not Chelsea. We were the first one out the door with it.
Fair play, right decision. So Friday night, then you're telling me you're going to have a strong side. Is there anyone injured? Is there any hope that Newcastle fans can cling on to that we might be able to get a result?
It depends if he plays Ben Mendy at left back, then you might have a chance. No.
Hopefully we'll see a maximum run at him. Maybe draw a red card or something.
I do think I'm saying strongest squad. I do think Zach Steffen will play for the very reason he needs. I know he's a backup goalie, and I can't remember the rule on it. He's only got one appearance this year. I'm not sure if backup goalies need the 5 to get the medal, but I do see Zach Steffen maybe starting anyway.
Is he good then? Is he highly rated?
He's a very more than capable number 2. Made a mistake against Chelsea in the semi, which cost us the goal. But other than that, he's performed more than amicable. He hasn't got the passing rate of Edison. He can't smack a 70-yard ball down onto the end of your striker and put the ball in the net. No. But he's a good shot stopper, and he's young enough to improve as well, which is good. Other than that, I mean, do you want me to go through the 11? It's up to you. I can go through the whole 11.
Wing it through me if you want. Quickly.
I'm thinking I've got Zach Steffen. I think it'll be Zinchenko, Kyle Walker, Laporte and Stones. I think it'll be Rodri at CDM. And then I think it'll be Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, Ilkay Gundogan, Phil Foden, Aguero and Mahrez.
Oh, mate, really, you're going that strong? As you've won the league, man. Just chill out. They haven't come up to Newcastle, have a nice weekend off. There's no need for it. Friday night, stay at home with the family. We can't be dealing with all these players coming up. Mahrez is on fire. Aguero always scores against us. You mentioned De Bruyne, Rodri, Gundogan. Oh, nah, I'm not watching now. I'm not watching if they're playing like. Actually, I will watch it. It'll be entertaining. I'm so glad we're safe.
They all played last year, and you were fine.
Good point. Good point. Let's hope we can pull some out of the bag. But obviously, the big news for Newcastle this week is the star striker Callum Wilson is injured for the rest of the season. That's a big blow to us. But it gives someone else a chance to step up. The likes of Dwight Gill and Andy Carroll are after new deals. So let's hope they can. Joelinton still got a lot of proof. Keg will be here tomorrow, I think, with his lineup prediction for that. But I'll let you drop a score prediction in as well, Martin, before you go.
I see. I've said all this. I'm going to go for 3-1.
3-1. I'm gonna be honest, and I'm going to go 2-1 City. I'm going to go 2-1 City. I'll be happy if we get a goal, to be honest. But I said all this last week now for the Leicester game. We'll actually thrash them, but I think Man City are a bit of a different breed compared to Leicester. Still streets ahead. But
I've got 3-1 and Aguero hat-trick.
Aguero hat-trick.
I've got Aguero, hopefully. This might just be the fan of me coming out. I'm hoping he goes out in a blaze of glory and he gets to lift the Champions League and the Premier League.
So do I. He deserves it. How long he's been at City and the legend that he has been in the Premier League as well, not just for you, but after Friday, please, Sergio. Yeah, we don't need that turning up on Friday night. We've got enough hassle as it is. Just start Jesus. Yeah. Start Jesus' brother. You'll Joelinton. You'll still be all right.
Do you want Jesus?
Aye, do you not want him?
You want Gabby Jesus? You can have him if you want.
Gabby Jesus, not him. You de-irried us, I'll tell you that.
If you don't mind offside, you'll be fine. No, man, listen, listen, I do like Gabby. I just think he's a winger. He's not a striker.
He's not as clinical enough.
No, he's just not a striker for me. I think he's a winger. I think he's a left winger. But trouble is, are you gonna move Phil Foden out of that wing? No chance.
No. Oh well, that's the main thing, mate. As long as like we said before, there's the pressure's off both sides now. Let's hope we get an entertaining game. Let's hope there's goals in it. And I'd be over the moon with a 2-2, like Jonathan says. But Wilson isn't going to score, Jonathan, because he's out injured. I
wouldn't be surprised at a 2-2 either.
Just like last year. In the Premier League, not the FA Cup. We'll forget about that one. Quarterfinals last year. Thomas is confident 1-0 Newcastle. Lovely stuff. Keep the comments coming. I'll reply to them later on. Martin, thanks very much for joining me.
No problem, mate. Thanks for having me on. And well done for being safe. And hope you get better next year, mate.
I hope so, mate. Well done on another Premier League and good luck for the Champions League final.
Thank you very much.
See you later, buddy. See you later, everyone. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to ManCityFanTV. Subscribe to ManCityFanTV. And we'll see you on Friday.